Here at Miles College, we have a state-of-the-art e-gaming center funded by a grant from Southern Company. The e-gaming facility is just one of the numerous unique opportunities that Miles College provides our students. We're fortunate to work with companies and organizations such as Microsoft, Apple, FedEx, FedEx Freight, Honda, the NFL, the Fox Network, NASCAR, Kemper, Alabama Power Company, the Propel Center, and Regions Financial. Thanks to collaborations with companies like PlayStation CareerWorks and HyperX, our students can participate in something most colleges do not offer. Miles College is the only four-year HBCU nestled in the vibrant Birmingham metropolitan community. For 125 years, our institution has been more than a mere college. It's a cherished, extended family and a steadfast pillar within our community. We offer a holistic educational experience that fosters growth across all facets of life. Join our esteemed Golden Bear family. Let's shape a brighter future for individuals, families, and society at large.
What's up, good people? Real Talk with Mike still. I'm back in the building, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. It's been a while since I've been back, man. It's been a couple of weeks. Had some things going on, but I got two back-to-back shows, one tonight and one tomorrow. So y'all make sure y'all follow your boy. Make sure y'all go check me out. I'm in here, man, doing what I do, uh, bringing y'all some of the hottest guests around Birmingham, Florida, Georgia, all over. And I got a great guest tonight, man. I'm gonna bring her on the camera now. And y'all just show us some love, okay? It's real talk. Y'all know how we do it, man. Show my friend some love. What's going on?
What's going on, Mike?
What it do?
What does it do? Make it do what it do.
Make it do what it do, man. So, guys, I have a guest, a special person on. Just I've been following this person for a while, and she's doing excellent work in Birmingham and all over.
Thank you.
And my goal is to bring some of the hottest guests on Real Talk with Mike Steele, so you can learn about these folks just like I am, and be intrigued and be motivated,
Mm,
and just be refreshed.
mm.
So I brought one of my friends on, and we're gonna bring her on, and I think it's gonna be a great interview. I don't even call them interviews. Let me pump the brakes. I
Yeah,
call these things what I do conversations.
yeah.
They are simply what they are. Conversations, no interview. We just having a conversation in the building. Keisa Sharpe in the building. How
Yeah.
you doing?
Yes, I'm doing phenomenal tonight. Phenomenal. What is it? I lose track of time sometimes. I guess it's Wednesday night.
It is Wednesday, and I
Yeah,
normally do this show on a Tuesday,
which
but
was
you so special, girl. I did it on a Wednesday.
I, yeah, I'd like to think that.
I'm doing this thing on a Wednesday.
I like to
But
think that.
but before we get started,
Yeah.
I ask this one question to all my guests,
Okay, I'm listening.
all of my guests,
Okay.
and it's just a simple question.
Okay.
In one word, who is Keisa Sharpe? And it's
So,
Keisa, right?
okay, well, I'm glad you said that because I was going to say so sweetly. I was going to say Keisa, and I tell everybody
Keisa.
Keisa. Uh,
Keisa.
Keisa.
See, I knew I was going to mess that name up. And I do another podcast, a high school podcast, sports.
Uh-huh.
So say it one more time. Keisa.
Yeah, it's Keisa, and I tell
Keisa.
everyone it's like Lisa with a K. If you just think Lisa with a K, Keisa.
But you still got the E in there, but we're going to go with that, though. Keisa. Keisa.
Keisa. Yeah, like Lisa with a K or K.
Thank
Yeah, Keisa. Keisa.
Keisa. Yeah,
Keisa.
so we're going to do this all over.
Yeah.
In one word, who is Keisa Sharpe? One word.
Purposeful.
Mm.
Purposeful.
Do you want to, can you explain a little bit of that?
Yeah, absolutely. Purposeful in everything I do. Mike, I'm oldest child. I'm the oldest daughter. And you know, when you whether you have it together or not,
Absolutely.
as the oldest child, you're kind of expected to know what to do. You know,
Right.
sometimes you're placed in roles
Yeah,
you don't even ask for, but they come to you.
absolutely.
You're expected to pave the way. And
Mm.
you are expected to do things without without any question, without any hesitation or fear. I would say
Yeah,
purposeful. I have certainly not done everything just right, but I am convinced with everything that I see in the world and with
yeah,
everything I have known about myself and see, I'm purposeful in everything I do, purposeful in how I spend my time,
yeah.
purposeful in what I post, purposeful in taking opportunities like this, purposeful in the work that I do and who I spend my time with. I would
Mm.
say purposeful at 54 years old, not playing, not dilly-dallying, but literally being purposeful in all things that I do.
This is no game, folks.
Do
Ain't
you
no
hear that?
game.
Do you hear that in my tone? Do you hear that?
Yes, no
Yeah.
game.
No.
You better come correct if you coming.
Yeah. And the funny thing is, it's always been that way with me. I have one of the most, if you to be around me, you're probably going to laugh because I laugh a lot.
Yeah, but that's good though. Laughter is good for the soul, man.
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead
Yes.
though, man. You can't be all stuck all up and
No.
stuffed shirt. I'm talking about anybody, any of us. Go ahead though.
Oh, I laugh all the time, but there is a seriousness in what I do. There's a seriousness about me, and it's always been that way.
Yes.
Maybe that's oldest child syndrome too. But yeah, it's just a seriousness in what I do. I'm very serious about the call that God has placed on my life. I'm very serious
Okay.
about answering to that. I believe we're all going to answer for what we've done in this. People can disagree or agree. Doesn't bother me. They have every right to disagree or to dismiss that. We don't have to fall out about that. But I believe that. So I want to make sure that if I'm going to spend some time here and I want to do what Keisa needs to do because I believe I'll be asked about it.
Mm. So nobody knew Keisa, the pastor, was gonna show up today, but yeah, preach, sister. The pastor is in the building anyway.
Hey, hey, hey.
Yeah,
You probably don't want me to go there, Mike, but when I tell you that I just think that, time is just different today than it has been, trust and believe me on that note. I believe
yeah,
time is different. I don't think we have time to play and do the things that we have done in the past.
absolutely.
That's me. I mean,
No,
that's where I am.
well, it's real talk, man. We go where we can go. We go where we go. I mean, it's a conversation.
Yeah.
But let me just say this, ladies and gentlemen, welcome Keisa Sharpe to the show. Thank you, guys. Give her a big, warm welcome. Let's do it. There we go. There we go. We're gonna clap.
What
These folks gonna clap for you, girl.
you
They gonna
What'd
clap.
you say, Keisa, the pastor is showing up in the building today?
Has shown up. Is in the building.
Yes.
She's here. Every once in a while, boy, you need that good word to lay on you now. Come on now.
Listen,
But what I'm hearing you saying in the whole grand scheme of things, when you just spoke that quick sermon, I mean, life is short, man. We ain't got time for me playing around.
yeah.
And it's purposeful. everything that we're doing is for a purpose and a meaning,
Yeah.
And I think you, on the other hand, you basically said to me what I understood that, you know, maybe that's the oldest child, one of the characteristics of an older child. But for me, uh, I'm not an older child, and I didn't always did things with a purpose. But when I got older, I realized that I needed
Mm.
to do things with a purpose.
Mhm.
You understand what I'm saying? So I'm more purposeful now than I ever been before.
Yeah.
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 So because I know everything that I'm doing now it's got, and I think that may be a man thing too. I mean, maybe a man thing, man, because sometimes we not as mature as women are. Well, boys, don't y'all get in my inbox talking bad to me that night. I don't feel like going off. I don't feel like dealing with that. But yeah, so all right, you grew up in where?
Montgomery. I'm a
The
Montgomery
Gump,
girl, the Gump.
the
Um,
Monkey Town. They say.
Town, all of that, all of that. Um,
Yeah.
now, my folks are from just outside of Montgomery, which is Lowndes County. But as far as Keisa grew up in Montgomery. We were Montgomery born and bred. Um, graduated there, graduated high school, all that great stuff.
You
So,
went to high school. You went to high school there. What about middle school? You went to
yeah,
middle school. Okay, you born there, so you went to middle school there too.
High school is a
Montgomery.
huge
Sorry,
milestone.
sorry.
No, it's all good.
But yeah, high school, all of that. I mean, we were Montgomery through and through.
What high school you went to in Montgomery?
The only high school in Montgomery. You walked right into that. The
Oh,
only high school that counts in Montgomery. We are JD. That's
okay,
cool.
okay, all right.
Shout
Uh,
out to all of my Lanier folks. Shout out to all my folks who are Robert E. Lee graduates. Shout out to all of them. Shout out to Carver. But we are JD.
oh man. So, hey, Buff Love, Blue Fire. You heard her. You heard her, right?
No.
Hey, Robert, Robert Elite. Where they at?
Robert E. Lee, yeah. Ooh, they were our arch rivals. Let me just say, Robert E. Lee was just, ooh, it was just like I don't know. You can't hate. You don't know enough to hate them, but they were
Yeah.
certainly our rivals back then. So no, it wasn't any hate involved. It was all love.
Okay.
It was all love, but they certainly were our rivals back then. Let's just
Did,
say.
did you did you play in the sports in high school? Or you just a pretty girl?
So let's
I'm sorry.
so
That
let
just slipped out. That's a
let's
Freudian slip.
That just
God,
slipped
dog.
out. Oh, that's okay. So here's the interesting thing about me. I was pretty much an academic, but let me tell you what I did. We were in junior high, 7th through the ninth grade, okay?
Hmm.
So ninth grade, I got an inkling that I wanted to be a cheerleader. Now, I grew pretty fast. I had a really fast growth spurt, so I was larger than a lot of the ninth grade girls. I was a cheerleader for 1 year. I don't even have the ring, but we were national championship
What?
winners back in if I graduated high school in 1990, this had to be 1985 or 1986, Floyd Junior High
Come on now.
to Orlando, Florida, and we were national championship winning, cheerleaders.
Come on now.
Mhm. Yep. I
Y'all
was
was doing it like y'all was doing it like that.
It was pretty intense. I
Yeah.
mean, all the practices and different things and,
Yeah.
you're doing it in addition to school and, bless my mother's heart who, worked with me as a single mom, and so then she had my 2 brothers to care for as well. So, I went to high school. So after you come through all of that, we're in Orlando, the national championship
Yeah.
there. I mean, I went to tryouts. Now, I was zoned for back in the day in the, 80s, they had in Montgomery what was known as minority to majority. So, if
Mm.
you were zoned for a minority school, if you had your correct grades and all of that, they would bus you to a majority school, which was a majority, not even being derogatory, but this is just what it was, a majority white institution. I was zoned for Carver, majority black.
Mhm, mhm.
Ended up busing me to Jeff Davis. So that's how I ended up going to JD. But all of that to say that summer I thought I was going to attend Carver. So that summer, I tried out for Carver, and boy, I had learned all of my jumps. Cheerleaders have these
Yeah,
jumps, toe
yeah.
touches, kickstand,
You
and
ready, you ready,
man, Mike, look,
you ready.
I was ready that summer, but I can still remember the image now. There's some things that you forget from high school and from growing up, but I remember being in that gym. I'd nailed all the technicalities of all of my jumps and all of that, and I was in that hot gym, and I just remember from that one practice saying, because we had trained at such a high level. This
Right.
person that worked with us, you would look at her and wouldn't think anything of her. It was Bonnie was one of her names, and there was another lady. She was older, gray-haired lady. You wouldn't think these two had a national championship in them. Bonnie would bring her to, and Bonnie wasn't white. She made me think she was almost Indian
Uh-huh.
or something like that. But she wasn't a pure Caucasian lady. She
Right.
came baby on hip practicing with us and took us to the national
National.
championship in Orlando, Florida at Disney World.
Yeah, yeah.
Disney World. And so when I
Those things are normally televised, I believe, too.
they are televised, and
Yeah.
what we did was so intricate. I was known as the base, so I had girls standing on my shoulder, but
Mhm.
we had a gymnast, I'll never forget her, Amy Allen, and the stunt that caused us to win is we had our girls. Amy was standing on a young lady's shoulder.
Mm.
The girl walked her over to our structure, and Amy did a flip off of our structure that we set up. Just human body. I mean, it was dangerous, but amazing how intricate. And this girl had no fear. And I first year of being a cheerleader, I had no acrobatic ability,
Right.
but I was strong and I was larger than them. So I just remember practicing and remember when I first started, my shoulders were so sore because they were, imagine feet in your.
Right.
So these ladies had to take me, who never had any cheerleading experience, all the way to be a national championship, who never had anybody stand on her shoulder before. Think about the gift that was on that lady. It's like, I wish I could call her today and shake her hand
Mm.
and find out where she is. That you're taking someone who is a prized gymnast all the way to a young lady who'd never been in that capacity before. Think,
To
think of
and
the
earn a national title.
who earn a national. You've got
Now,
girls
that's
who are
big.
in transition. I was a ninth grader, so I wasn't coming back the next year. She had never
Yeah.
worked with me before. That's something that's pretty stellar.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
she had that, but that was on the inside of her because she did it with an ease, and like I said, with babies on her hip. I remember she had 2 babies, that were growing up, and then had to have the support of her husband as well. We would
Yeah.
come to her house and practice.
Absolutely.
So when I
Wow.
went to Carver and we were in the gym that day and it was just kinda slow, it was hot. I just remember it being real hot. I'm doing my toe touches. It was dark in that gym.
Mhm.
There was no commitment to excellence. And I made a decision that day that I wasn't gonna spend my high school doing this because when you compete at a
Yeah.
level of a championship level, I can't come here and just hang out with y'all just to be cute and just to wear a skirt and just to parade on the
It's a
football.
lot of work. It's a lot. It's a lot of work.
It's a lot, and
Dedication.
they weren't committed. I mean, it was like first day you could just see the lax attitude, and I was like, "I'm out of here." I
Mm.
couldn't do it. One day, I remember that one hot day in the gym, they had fans going. I don't even know if they had lights on. It was dark. I remember the fans blowing. I remember I had perfected my jumps after all that time. They weren't even perfect when we won the national championship. We just had a heart and just had a desire and just believed we could win. Nobody told us we couldn't.
Well,
Nobody
that's a great
told us we couldn't.
that's a great story. And you were just in the 9th grade.
Ninth, because in
Wow.
Montgomery at that time, ninth grade was middle school. Uh,
Yeah.
High school started in 10th grade.
Mm.
So that's how we completed our ninth grade year. I have some I wanna say I have some pictures. I have to find that picture. I think I have some pictures somewhere on my timeline, but we received a national championship ring. I don't have it. My mother took that ring. I guess she said, "I'm the
She's
one
like,
due to all the
"Yeah, I'm
pressure."
the one." Yeah, exactly. I'm the one that took you to practice. I'm the one pick you up. I'm the one make sure you got that homework done. This
Yes.
is my ring.
Yes.
Just
Yes.
like they take them diplomas too. You know, they take them.
Yes. Yes.
Well, your diploma and my mama got it.
Yes, yes, I'm the this is my investment. I mean,
Yeah,
and think about it, the fact that she did and she had to work and raise us and do all of that, it's a lot, especially with what I was doing. It was a lot.
yeah. And you mentioned that your mom. You was in a single home,
Yeah,
single parent home. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
yeah,
And
yeah.
yeah. I never knew my dad. So, and my
Mm,
mom died when I was 11 years old. So,
wow.
yeah,
Now,
yeah.
who raised you? Who raised
Hmm?
you?
I raised myself. No, I just play. I'm just joking. I'm joking.
Maybe
I,
not. Maybe not so.
no, my grandmother.
Okay.
Yeah,
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 yeah, it's tough. I'm sorry. I'm
yeah.
sorry it's tough.
It's all good, man. That's what this show's about too. Some of just being transparent enough to talk about
Yeah,
life and
yeah,
and what shaped you to become the person that you are today.
yeah.
And it's okay, sometimes when you're young, you may struggle a little bit, but when you understand life and and you become okay with who you are, it
Mhm,
takes time
mhm.
that you realize that, hey, also too, what helps me to understanding folks who life was a lot worse than mine growing up, you
Yes,
know, so that can put things in perspective fast.
yes.
So yeah, m- so middle school, high school, you cheered. Now, that was it for you with sports. And
Mhm.
would you consider yourself a popular kid in high school? You was smart. You was a nerd though. So
So that's interesting you would ask me that because I don't think I was popular at all. Now in junior high, I was somewhat popular, and I remember the first year that I ran for homecoming court. I was for a representative as my first grade year there, which would have been 7th grade. I lost. And that I was really disappointed. I think people liked me, but as far as being the girl who was always popular with people, not really. I definitely think I had a place though.
right.
Whatever I had, it wasn't enough to catapult me to do that. So I find it very interesting. I'm going to tell you an interesting thought here.
Mhm.
Another thought of my
Please.
junior high is I remember a girl group that was so mean to me. There were about
Mm,
4 or 5 girls, and these girls were so mean to me.
mm,
They really excluded me from the group, and, the teachers have such an imperative and important job because we all remember that book, The Ugly Duckling. Do you remember that book?
yeah, I remember that book. Yes, I do.
The Ugly Duckling was about a duckling that was left out and because and he looked different from all the other ducks or she or
Hmm.
whatever it was, but
Yeah,
basically in the end, it grew up to be, a beautiful duck, but
yeah,
it stood out, it was ugly, it wasn't
yeah.
accepted, and I felt like that's how my junior high was because there was this group of girls, they were so mean and they intentionally left me out of their little girl group. So fortunately, and I could never understand that. I could never understand why I never really had the friends and all that stuff. But when I went on, and as I went on to see as an adult what God was doing through my life and
Yeah,
how He was using me, I kind of started maybe to understand just a little bit more that sometimes people see some things in you, and
that
so
you don't see it.
that you don't see, and
Yeah,
it's something about you that they don't like.
yeah,
God, the places I have gone, there are plenty of places I still would love to go, but I look at what the Lord has put on my life and what has
yes.
happened. But if I'm honest, I remember that very vividly how mean these girls were.
Mm.
And I remember that even in college, I
Mm.
didn't was really I was telling someone, that when I went to UA, I just was talking to one of my, friends tonight and said, "You know, I went to UA." He was asking, "Well, where did you pledge?" Alpha Kappa Alpha, sorority. I said, "Well, I went to the information meeting at UA." He said, "Did you pledge it when you were at UA?" I said, "Well, no, I went to the informational meeting there, but they told me and my roommate at the time, 'Not interested in you, come back.'" I was a
Hold on now. At UA, the girls, the alpha, that you talking about the AKAs at UA
Yes,
said they wasn't interested in you guys come back.
yes. They
Wow.
went to an information meeting there, and we were told, "Come back." Yes,
Mm,
yes.
mm,
And so I'd gotten permit approval from my mom. Like I said, my mother, for all practical purposes, I mean, she never turned down anything that I wanted to do that she felt like it was really in my heart to do. So I'm a student at UA, and I asked her for it, it was very reasonable to pledge in college, let's just say, not to a
yeah.
college student maybe, but it was more reasonable than as a graduate student. So asked her, she was fine with it. But yeah, they said no. And I think they wanted me to come back my rising senior year.
Right.
But by the time that I was at the University of Alabama, but by the time my senior year had come, I was very much into my career as a broadcaster. So as a result of being into my career as a broadcaster, there was no space
Mm,
for me to
right.
pledge AKA.
So okay, so you did grad chapter, but you had opportunity in undergrad, but the girls kind of shun you. You're like, no, come back the next year. But you got into your studies real hard and said, hey, I meant, and also career.
Mhm.
And kind of, let me ask you this. It's fun that you got there because we was going there. I was going there. What was after high school? You went to University of Alabama. Okay, roll tide,
Roll Tide. Roll
roll
But
tide,
but if you have to say it like a Southerner, Roll
roll
Tide,
tide, roll tide,
Roll Tide,
roll tide,
Roll Tide.
roll tide. That's it. That's it. Um, Now just put a pin there for 1 second.
Yeah.
Did you ever think about going to like Bama State is right there in the gump.
Now, let me
Bama
tell
State,
you.
hold on.
Okay. Hey, I'm trying to be crunk.
There it is. Bama State, baby. Bama State right there.
So let me tell you what I did consider. You're getting all the goods tonight because let me tell
That's
you.
that's what I was hoping to get some goods.
Listen, you're taking me back because let me
Mhm.
tell you, although I didn't want to go to Bama State, that was too close. I wanted to really leave, to kind of get away from home.
Okay,
A little
that's
that was
reasonable.
Yeah, yeah, it wasn't like I was just so in love with Montgomery that I thought, "Gosh, I've gotta go to Bama State and just be
Yeah,
right there." I was like, "Nah,
yeah, yeah,
travel." I didn't,
yeah,
some things God gives you because I just never had in my mind like, "Oh, I'm just gonna stay right around here around Montgomery." No, I didn't love it that much to do that, and it's interesting to me that I see some of the people who did, some
yeah,
people, and it's no knock because everybody has a different purpose. So
yeah,
my
yes,
purpose was to
yes.
travel. So no, but where I did want to go, there were 2, HBCUs that I did want to attend.
Okay,
One that I wanted to attend was, Howard University, but it was just a little too
yeah,
far.
yeah.
And the second one that I really wanted to attend for whatever reason, I don't know why I latched on to this one, but I really wanted to attend Fisk.
Fix University. Yeah,
Yes, I
yeah.
really wanted to attend Fisk, but
That's
when I
both good schools though. They
yeah.
are. Both are great schools.
Yes.
Yeah.
Um, I don't like I said, why I attached to Howard and why I attached to Fisk, I'm not quite sure, but Bama State, Absolutely not. A little too close for me. Absolutely not. In Montgomery, I was not that enthused with Montgomery to even go there. I wanted to get the heck out of Dodge, as they say. Um,
As quick as possible, huh?
as quick as possible. And one of the reasons I chose, UA, well, did I choose it for this? It ended up working in my favor because, I really went through several, majors. I thought I wanted
Mhm.
to do pre-law. I majored in pre-law. I majored in economics. I changed my major to mathematics, and then the final one before I hit communications was industrial engineering because I was really good at basic math, and
Okay.
that was a no-no. It's like, what was I thinking? I thought, "Be an engineer, make a lot of money." No, not what I wanted, and so after that, I just said, "You know what? Let's go with what's in your heart, sweetheart," and it's in your heart to be a communicator. So, we're just
Wow.
gonna do that, and so the start of my 5th semester there, which would have been, going at the beginning of my 3rd year, I went into communications, and my roommate told me, she said, she said, "You found what you're supposed to do, because 'cause
Oh,
you're
really?
always talking about" yeah, my roommate to just show you how spirituality is weaved in everything, this girl could not stand me. I mean, she was so mean. Oh god. I mean, she was just mean and oh, she was just mean and
Your roommate was?
oh god, and she was stuck up. Very cute girl from Birmingham, but she was just so stuck up. I mean, she was really she was a pretty girl, so a lot of the guys wanted to talk to her.
Mm,
And, so I think she was a little arrogant, kind of carried herself in that manner, like, real pretty long hair.
right.
So a lot of guys wanted to talk to her, so she was just really, really arrogant. And let me tell you how funny it was with her. This girl had a car. We used to go places, and then I didn't even know she had a car until about 3 or 4 months there because she never offered to drive. She would always ride with me. "We're gonna go wanna go so and so?" "Yeah." "Uh-huh. Okay."
Wow, you're kidding.
No, I cannot make this stuff up. That's the beauty and the danger of college, because the beauty and the danger of college is you start learning life, but you learn some really hard lessons in the fact that people can be schemers. I mean, I went through a lot in college, man. Like, then I moved out on my own. I had a stalker when I was on the radio.
Whoa.
Yeah, I had a stalker.
Listening to the radio, just stalking you.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, and it was a guy who was my friend, and he kind
Man, you know what? That's funny that you mean. Most stalkers are sometimes the people that know you.
they most often are people who
Yes.
and they become obsessive, so as I was talking to this guy, rather than I don't know why he assumed that I wouldn't like him, but we just didn't have the relationship where it was like,
He know guys know. They know.
"Say what
Somebody
again?" Say
you talking
what?
about you.
The guys know.
Yeah, they know if someone liked them or not.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, I think I didn't like him as a boyfriend, I liked him a lot as a friend.
Yeah, we know that too. We
Yeah,
know who yeah. Sometimes it's a small percentage that sometimes may catch you off guard, but
yeah,
most of the time, man, we know.
most times
Yeah.
y'all know, don't you?
Yeah.
And so his whatever became an unhealthy obsession, complete with the phone calls, complete with coming to the apartment that I lived in. I lived on a bottom floor apartment, and I would have to, go out. I worked on the radio station at the time on WTUG,
Mhm.
and so I would have to leave out at ungodly hours, and I remember my mother sending one of my brothers up to stay with me for a little while. My dad gave me a handgun that I didn't know how to use.
Good job, Dad.
Yeah, he took me out on his land in Lowndes County and said, "Come on, we'll teach you how to shoot this 22."
Right
So
up in your put that thing.
well, but here's the problem. Here's the problem. Divine intervention. I pulled that gun because one night he was at my window. I turned around, I had just come out of the restroom getting ready to go to sleep. He was at my window and I just saw somebody's hand doing this. He was unscrewing the light bulb or something.
Jesus.
And I said, I yelled out of the room. I said, get away from here. So I went and grabbed the gun
Right.
and I tried to do this, but the gun jammed.
Mm.
So
You
that
better thank God.
thank God it jammed.
Yeah.
I had no business shooting. And you think in retrospect, but as a that's why as a parent, you have to but parents are overwhelmed sometimes.
Yeah.
Because, my dad gave me the gun, but he didn't really come and see. It was one lesson in his field one day. He didn't really come up there and see what it looked like. And, okay, you're on the first floor. So, nah, here's a better situation. It was like, here's a gun, take that and go if you have any other issues. But, the wisdom was you don't need to be firing this gun because you're here on this first floor and this could really hit somebody and you could kill somebody innocent. It could miss him altogether
Yeah.
and go in somebody's apartment. So thank God when that happened, I said, what happened? So I have to give God credit for caring for me when I didn't know how to care for myself. And when that happened, I said, enough. I moved away from that apartment and I went back into campus. Somehow I found a apartment with 4 other girls.
Hmm.
So that the fastest way to get rid of cuckoo oftentimes like that is to be in community with somebody else.
Yeah. Yeah.
I never had an issue with the stalker. He magically disappeared when I moved in with those 4 other girls. He
Mm.
magically disappeared, and some
Wow.
of them had boyfriends, so, I mean, you just don't now some, in 2026, some of these folks are, he could have still been on one because in 2026, what I'm seeing with some of these guys as they stalk women, they go through no lengths. They go through, various lengths to do it. Jesus.
Man, yeah, absolutely. And having this conversation with you now make me think about my daughter, who who is a freshman in college right now. It's her first semester.
Yeah.
And uh, I don't think I ever put that much thought into what really goes on some of these campuses. You know, and maybe I don't know why, but I hadn't had that conversation. But I will have a conversation with her. I did tell her to protect herself and all these things, but I didn't go to that extreme, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
I didn't. But hearing it from you make me think I need to. So, oh man, you at UA, you lived off campus, you lived on campus. How you describe your whole experience as a whole at UA? You know,
Preparation.
okay.
Preparation for the real world.
Mm.
It was I remember the summer before going to UA when I went and stayed there by myself. You kinda do like a preview tour, and so I drove up there and I stayed there maybe it was either a couple of days or a couple of weeks, don't remember right now, but basically they give you a chance to come up and preview the campus before, and it felt really lonely because I knew it was a chapter that was new, but I just had no fear. I mean, I just was always the one.
You
Hmm?
No, you say you had no fear. I was just thinking about just take the reign, huh? Just
Yeah,
go for it.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I may be a little more I'm more thoughtful now at 54, but that was preparation. I mean, I felt the loneliness and I felt the transition while I was there, and I remember looking out over the campus and everything, and, but I was prepared to do it, and you go there for 5 years, you live your life. God protected me through all kind of crazy stuff, probably
Mhm.
things I didn't even see or even
Yeah.
know, and
Only the grace of God. Yeah.
only the grace of God, and like I said, it was a safety I never had those issues when I lived with girls. It was when you go by yourself, and and you have to just be extra mindful, as a woman, especially somebody who was on the radio at the time.
Yeah.
And mhm.
You mentioned radio a couple times. And also you mentioned you was working maybe up in your senior year in radio.
Yeah,
Okay.
at 2 radio stations.
Can you because I was going to ask you about your first job in broadcasting. So what were you doing at these jobs?
So I was so one deal that I did before I was hired by WTUG FM. I was the news director there, and all that
Okay.
fancy schmancy term for I was a news anchor. I told the news, and I would get up and be there at 6 a.m. in the morning. I lived 5 minutes away on Skyland. For those who are in Tuscaloosa, you know that if you're from Tuscaloosa. Did you say you're from? No, you're not from Tuscaloosa.
Yeah, yeah. I'm from Florida.
You're from Florida. I was talking
Yeah.
to somebody else who's from Tuscaloosa today. So I lived on Skyland, which was just a few minutes away from the station. Get there at 6 o'clock, do the news, and sort of banter back and forth with the gentleman who hired me, Steve Sloan.
Okay.
So we did that from 6 until 9. I had classes. I was in my senior, and the interesting note about me was that I was a 5th-year senior. So I did 4 years, and the 5th year was kind of like the crystallization year for me. I was not on the 4-year plan. I was on the 5-year plan because
Gotcha.
I had wasted like a year, probably 2,
Trying to figure out a major.
to figure out a major. And
Yeah.
the UA instituted the forgiveness plan in which they forgave your 3 lowest grades, so that was amazing. And got that off of my transcript. But yeah, I was working my senior year, and I would do TUG from 6 to 9 a.m. I'd wake up about 5:30, do that from
Uh-huh.
6 to 9 a.m. I would then go to school on UA's campus from 10 till about 2. Your classes were an hour long. So you go 10:50, maybe 11:50, maybe 12 to 12:50, or 1 to 1:50. And then I would go work from 3 until 5 at WUAL, which was the
Mm.
radio station on campus. I wouldn't work there every day. I did TUG every day, but I think I did WUAL Tuesdays and Thursdays. TUG was to help my voice, because I was responsible for pulling the news. WUAL taught me how to report. It was about reporting and telling a story. So I learned the mechanics there. I learned
Right.
the logistics of radio and training and developing my voice at TUG.
Excellent. So you've been at this thing for a long time.
And back at it. I'm on V94.9 now.
Yeah. Yeah.
As a radio news anchor, as well. So I've been at this thing for a long time, as you say, all facets of communications, from broadcast to print journalism, to public relations. I'm
Wow.
a self-published author as well, when it's not
No,
everybody's publishing a book now.
no. Hold on now, because I didn't know this.
Yes,
You wrote a book?
a couple.
A couple books.
Well,
So look. Okay, name one of them. I'm just asking.
now is the time for your new beginning.
Okay. Man, you just doing all that. Come on now. I'm gonna have to go buy a book now.
Now
You
is
know?
the time for your new beginning. I'm trying to think about my first book, because my first book was it was about my natural hair journey and how I transitioned in corporate America. And that book included a prayer and everything, because I hated my natural hair when I first started the journey.
You know,
Oh,
most black women hate their natural hair though.
right,
And I think
right.
of course I'm not a black woman, but would it be because the way they look without a perm, or in the transition of looking at yourself one way, not seeing yourself a whole nother way, you don't feel as pretty as you do with the straight hair or something?
Yeah,
Is
absolutely. Absolutely.
yeah,
And then America's standard of beauty.
Yeah.
If you're looking at someone who has the long and silky hair and throwing their hair, you have to, that's what America prizes as beauty. And so you really have to have someone who explains to you and expresses to you, no,
Yeah.
your hair is beautiful, baby. And this is, look at the different things that you can do with your hair. And so everything that I do, I was out front in that movement because God brought me through it to look at my hair. Because of course we're accustomed, I'd gone through years of pressed hair and
Yeah.
Halle Berry cuts and bobs and all that kind
Right.
of stuff, all these little things that are, with straightened hair. So
Absolutely.
I don't know what my natural hair does. All I know is you wash it and you press it. You don't even look at it for a little while. You wash it, you dry it, and you press it. So yes, it's definitely
Yeah.
the fact that, you've never seen your hair before. So I had to go through it. And the thing about me is when I go through things like that, my heart is always to help someone else to make their journey a little bit easier.
Yes. Yes. And guys, guys, LP, I see you, man. Guys, and I'm just gonna pick it back on what he's saying there. Guys, we like natural hair. We okay with women wearing natural hair, but it ain't about what we like. It's about what the person is comfortable with. And it's about them feeling good about themselves and finding a way to learn to feel good about themselves with natural hair.
Hmm.
That's what it's about. Um, you can tell a woman all day long what you like, and it should. I can go so many different directions with that, but I'm not. But yeah, the person, the female has to be comfortable in their own skin, and I'm hearing you say that you on that journey, and during that time you were on that journey, your goals was to help the female or the woman feel understand what they're going through.
Absolutely.
Best.
Absolutely, and to accept the strands that are in your hair, and I'm
Yeah,
54 now and going through another transition where my hair is transitioning now. There are things, that I'm seeing now. I'm seeing
yeah,
gray hair
yeah. Word.
that I'm having
Yeah,
to deal with. I'm seeing spots that don't grow as fast, but
yeah,
this is all part of it. How am I
yeah,
going to handle it? And I'm gonna tell you something. I used to be part of that natural hair Nazi, no wigs, no nothing, just
yeah,
hair. I'm not a part of that anymore. I'm for whatever makes you beautiful because this is where I am right now.
yeah,
If I wanna give my hair a rest and go put on a wig or a piece of hair that allows me to rest for a little bit, that's
yeah.
what I'm going to do.
I'm on that too, though. I think a lot of the guys are on it too, but I think you should. I think it ain't nothing wrong with, hey, today I feel like a wig.
Yeah,
Today is a wig day.
yeah.
Yeah, who's to say it's not? You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean, all the things that we have made to be a big deal, in essence, it's really not. Because think about it. I mean, to live life at the highest level, natural hair, everybody's on that natural hair tip now, to be honest with you. But when I started, they weren't. But if anything can become a hindrance to you, because even with natural hair, there is a maintenance that goes along with it. There are
come on now. A
things that
big maintenance.
there's a big maintenance that
Yeah,
goes
it
along with
is.
natural hair. So to give yourself, women are in all these different roles. You guys are too. But you're in these different roles. So you're a mother, you're working outside the house, you are trying to take care of yourself, you're trying to do this, you're trying to do that. You know, I mean, sometimes it's like whatever I can do to buy myself a little freedom. I mean, can I
Mm,
give myself a little freedom from hair so I don't have to worry about as much? Like I said, I'm watching the behind the screens play. I'm seeing my hair up close. I mean, I'm going through a transition now. I mean, I'm going through some things now. Put color in my hair, and my hair is just like I really didn't like that. So I'm having to kind of go through a transition now with my hair. But here's the thing, Mike. I'm okay with all of it because
yes.
this is life. Like I said, I would have never uttered wearing a wig before in my life. I'll say it now because some days I want to. I'm managing multiple things. I'm managing
Yes,
myself. I'm managing
absolutely.
the coach. I'm managing some other things that I'm income producing materials. I'm in a creative space where I'm thinking. Then I have ministry.
Yeah.
Then I
You
have
got
church.
girl, you gotta go. You gotta get to going. You know, and
And
part of just having your is one thing. Some days it's just those days you gotta put that wig on, put it on right, and keep on moving.
keep moving.
And with a smile.
And
But
with
you
a
but let me just say this, and you're a beautiful lady. You
thank
so if you choose to wear a wig or not, you're beautiful in your own skin.
thank you.
Yes,
You.
yes. Um, just to go back one step, because I wanted to ask this question, and you've been in broadcasting a while.
Mhm.
How difficult it is for Black women in that space? Is that a difficult space to navigate broadcasting, or has it been for you? Or I'm just asking that.
Let me just say any space that an African American woman goes into is gonna be challenging to navigate. Um, I've never been perhaps that's why the Lord led me when I was younger to go to these schools and to go to these spaces where I was not the majority, where my community, my skin tone was not the majority, so I would know how to navigate these spaces
Yes,
later on.
yes,
Does it
yes,
make sense? Does it make sense?
yes. That makes a lot of sense.
So I had to learn how to navigate, but I'm not the only one who's had to learn how to navigate this space. So no, it hasn't been easy. No, it wasn't easy. Because you don't have a lot of support or people who look like you. You have some, but if you
Yeah.
could imagine being in the uh, for lack of a better word, when you're in the position of an anchor, it takes a really secure other woman who's in that position to help you or to be a
Hmm.
support to you. And a lot of times I've been in spaces where you don't really have that. I transitioned and went to corporate America. It was the same thing. You had
Right.
other people in corporate America, but it all depends on the health of the individual. So if the
Mm.
individual is not healthy, the other African
Yeah.
American, if she sees you as a threat,
Hmm. Yeah.
sees
Yeah.
you as the newest cute little employee who maybe climbs
Yeah.
the ladder and take I mean, we have
Yeah.
all these things in our head, so
Yeah.
even if you do have somebody else in a position that looks like you, it's a challenge because what African American women have not learned, and in my community, and this is what I fight for in my social media space today, is to say, please wake up and please
Mm.
let's have some conversations because
Yes.
every other community can get together. I don't care. I've seen, other communities. The lady doesn't care if she's 300 pounds and this new lady, the partner that she's working with who looks like her, who's in her same community, she can be 150 pounds, cute and petite. They're going to do this. They're going to come together.
Hmm.
African American women, and I say it has to do with historically how we learn to oppose one another and how we told on one another for survival back in slavery. I think it has historical implications, but we just have not learned that. So you can go in these spaces all you want. You can go in these spaces and think this person supports you because this is a brown face.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that doesn't happen. Yeah, no, that's pie in the sky. But when we look
Yeah.
at the things that we see
Yeah.
today, yeah, that's pie in the sky. Yeah, that doesn't
Yeah. Yeah.
it doesn't happen. For some Black women will find a sponsor, and for those who do, praise the Lord. I mean,
Yeah.
praise the Lord. So it's not everyone, but most times anything that an African American woman enters, especially a competent African American woman, she not only has to deal with the space and the fight with those in her own community, but she has to
Mhm.
deal with a fight with those who are of other communities as well, who try to deny
From both angles, huh?
from
Catching it
it
from
is
both angles,
it
maybe 3 or 4 angles.
yes, and
Yeah,
that is no lie. I mean, from
yeah,
the news media
yeah,
angle to the corporate angle,
yeah,
all kinds of spaces. I'm just at
yeah,
a place now where the Lord has kept me to be able to see, I got you. So
yeah,
I'm in spaces right now. That's why, people get offended by some things I say on social media. I'm like, okay, next. I
yeah,
I've had to navigate some stuff, navigate hatred, navigate when your supervisor is angry with you and
yeah,
he or she willingly holds you down. Navigate
yeah,
where you have to kiss somebody's tail because your employer does business with them, and so anything that you do, even if it's not your own fault, you've got to kowtow to them.
mm,
Crazy stuff, crazy,
yeah,
crazy. But some people love the game, and
yeah,
it is a game. What it has afforded me to do at this point, the freedom that I have, is not play that game anymore. I don't talk a lot about it because that's
yeah,
my call right now. I'm called to women dating, and I'm called to singles,
yeah,
always have been. But boy, I mean, that corporate maze and just, being an African American woman who excels in what she does, you're catching it from five angles, not just one or two. You're catching it from five or six angles. Men deal with you on a whole other level. Then you've got women who deal with you on a whole other level. Then you talk about culturally, your own culture. What does that look like? Then you talk about other cultures. How are you viewed by them? So now I can go in spaces and I don't give a flying flip.
mm.
I'm 54. This
You
is
heard her.
me. God has sustained me. I didn't come up where anybody handed me anything. I worked as a broadcaster and as a communicator. He caused me to get in spaces and get in places because I worked, because of my talent, not because I think I'm so good, not because I was getting up and going to work, getting up at 5 a.m. when other students were sleeping. I graduated from UA's broadcast journalism
Which
communication
is a
class.
a good school, which is a great school.
It was a great school for that. That was the school, one of the
Yeah,
schools to attend. So God placed me there and gave me a desire
yeah,
to be there. Maybe if I had had the skill set to be an engineer, it may have been he may have given me the desire, or veterinary medicine. He may have given me the desire to go to Auburn or some other school like that.
right.
He placed me there and gave me that desire. So I'm not intimidated because
Yeah,
he placed me in these spaces, and I'm just I mean, like, at 54, I mean, I've got life behind me. I've navigated some things, went through heck. I mean, like I said, I've been in high stress positions, high profile, high stress positions. So not a lot phases me at this point. Some things I think are funny, and sometimes I think things are too funny. I have to watch that because I'll blow things off in a minute. But when you navigate through that, it's like I'm gonna enjoy life at this point. Whatever I've come through, I'm not trying to compete with anybody. I don't think so highly of myself. I am going to enjoy life, and that attitude, Mike, even spills over into my personal life. I'm a divorcee. Twice divorced.
twice divorced.
Twice.
Well, now I knew one, and we're gonna talk about that. But before you even transition into being divorced, um, I understand that you are a transformation coach. Um, Talk about that for a minute.
Transformation coach,
Is that like a life coach type of thing?
definitely. I specifically attached it, and I said relationship transformation coach because everything I do involves changing the mind. I'm coming after a mentality, and
Mm,
I've accepted that about myself. I People accuse me of stirring the pot on my page. They accuse me of starting things. They accuse me of being controversial. Some people see me and say, "Oh, I follow your page." And I'm like, "Oh boy, I can't believe she said that," or I can't believe, like, what she got these people stirred up about today. because I'm just committed to being honest. So a transformation coach is a person who is going to challenge you
Okay.
mentally.
Okay.
I can stand and, because as part of my background, I have a talent and a gift for speaking to crowds.
Right.
And I can be the speaker. I can go in one of two ways, but largely as a transformation coach, you're not going to get the yelling with them. You're not going to get the yeah, the ah.
You're
What
right.
you're going to get is they're going to say something and you're going to go, hmm.
Mm.
They're going to hit you, but they're not going to hit you in your emotions. They're going to hit you right here. They're
Mm.
after, and if you and for people who pay attention to anything that I do, I'm going right for this. Your mentality, your mindset. What is it? I am hosting a group of women now. We are in the middle of a 6-week group coaching program. And fortunately, God has shown me how to navigate it and how to get women to be a part of it because I'm not promising them to get a man in 2020.
Right.
But
Right.
what I am promising is to position you to be the best version of you in order to position yourself to receive the gentleman who's there. See,
Right.
I am a person who I believe when you open this and when you get this together, your mind together, I believe your life comes together.
Right. Right. You talking about the mental, right? So
Absolutely.
if you can get your thinking, I call it stinking thinking.
Yes.
Stinking thinking.
Yes.
You can get that under the wraps, then you will see a transformation in
Yes.
your life. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Bad thinking drives negative behavior.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So absolutely. You can get a better thought process. And it's basically cognitive restructuring, basically
Yes.
restructuring, the thought process, making a better, getting rid of some of those distorted thinking errors.
Yes, yeah, and
I
look,
like it.
say, "Hey, Mike, can I add a plug in for our group coaching program?"
Ma'am, hey, if you didn't, I would be upset. This is your time. This
Lis
is why we're here.
listen, I have a crazy deal that I'm doing because it is the first cohort. So for those of you who want I am the person who will eliminate all of the middle steps. After this week, I'm not going to do it. I'm gonna focus on my second cohort, but we are getting ready. Have we done 1 or 2 weeks? The time is rolling. Literally, we've only done 2 weeks, so we have 4 weeks remaining, which is a month. So for those of you who want to be a part of the group, powerful sessions, powerful sisterhood circle, you still have an opportunity. And I'm simple. You literally can cash app me $39.99 to be a
Let's
part
go.
of the initial cohort. And my cash app is Sharper Associates. Sharper Associates. And that's it. And with it, it's called the Love Reset, or you can say the Love Reset or cohort. And you need to get in my inbox or you need to put your email as part of the note via Cash App. But listen, we are literally, Mike, the things that are coming out with women who are experiencing so much success, who are saying, we haven't known really how to date. We don't haven't really understood how to connect with God. What does it mean when that guy really likes you? What does that look like? Am I overthinking it? Am I overlooking a good guy? We've brought a couple on, a lady who is a longtime friend of mine. She's on her second marriage, and she said, I would have missed this guy. I would have missed him because I had a preference. My preference was a gentleman who was a white collar guy, would wear a suit every day. But but this guy is a blue collar worker, and I have had everything and beyond everything I could have imagined. They've come on and talked to us for 2 weeks and literally have taken questions and gone through and walked out some things to teach women how to connect and how to see that good guy because a woman will miss the good guy because he's boring, or he doesn't come looking like she think, or he's not her type. Some
Mm,
woman will miss it. And
yes.
and let me be controversial. Let me go ahead, since people say
Go ahead. Go
since
ahead.
I start stuff. Let me go ahead and start
Go
it.
ahead and start it. Go ahead and start something, Michael Jackson.
Let's do it. I dare say people have missed their significant others that may have been for them, perfect for them at certain times. In some cases, now the great thing about God, I believe, is I believe God doesn't just limit us to one person. Thank God for his mercy. He said with him nothing is impossible. But I unequivocally believe there have been people who may have made us great partners. I think I fall into that category back in the day.
Mm,
I was young, didn't know. And, I think about one guy would have made me a great partner. And he wasn't the only one. But
yeah.
just being young and
Yeah.
not knowing and not having that example, and
Yeah.
be told,
Yeah.
kind of being in turmoil because my dad was really kind of strict and borderline really abusive, if
Yeah.
I tell the truth about it. So
Yeah.
my image of a man, that my first male, I didn't have a good image. That's
Yeah.
truth talking.
Yeah. That's nothing but the real deal there.
That's
You
truth
know,
talking.
ain't nothing wrong with that. Yeah.
So I dare say some women have missed. But here's Keisa. I don't ever let you can't stay down around me. I think that
No.
God will bring that opportunity back around. But the thing is, let's not miss it again if we can possibly help it. Let's be open. We don't have to keep missing it. But we got to be open, and we got to see our faults, and we got to see what the problems that we bring to the situation as well. So,
Mm. So
so
I see. You're
yeah,
giving a lot of yourself to some young ladies. Yeah.
yes.
Is it a certain age limit? I mean, you're dealing with all of them.
So I am
Or are you particularly dealing with ladies? No men?
no men at this.
Okay, gotcha. I got you.
I call myself the dating coach for women over 45
Oh
because
man.
women believe. But listen, we got somebody in our cohort who's 39. I think we have another young lady who's a little younger in her 40s. So I
Hmm.
say the dating coach for those who are over 45. But listen, I don't stop them if they want to come and join us. Listen,
You can learn a lot from a bunch of people though that share a lot of common interests in it.
Mike, here's the thing. We're all going through something.
Right,
And
right.
and my healing is going to be accelerated when I recognize that I'm not alone. My healing is accelerated when I can be in a group of ladies who have been through the very same thing. Then, based on that commonality, based on
Mhm.
that compassion, based on that camaraderie, it accelerates your healing because you what it is basically is a big group counseling session. Man,
Yeah,
not alone.
absolutely.
I'm not alone. Man, I thought I was the only one out here by myself. You're
Yeah,
dealing.
you normalize the conversation.
Yes.
Yeah.
Then I can start gleaning some things that are working for you. You can glean some things that work for me. And the area I've been challenged with, you're strong in. The area that you're strong in, I can glean from you. You get what I'm trying to say with that. We can
Yeah.
start gleaning
Yeah.
from each other and say, oh, is that how she? Because, like I said, I've got this young lady on who came on and who basically laid out some things for her second husband. And she basically gave a script of this is what she had a very difficult conversation with him before they married. And
Mm.
basically told him, this is the lifestyle I want. This is what I need. She told him that beforehand, but she worded it a certain way. And I said, man, this young lady has just, I don't know if these ladies know what she's given them. She gave them basically a script on how to have
Mm.
a difficult conversation with a black man without destroying him. She did
Yeah.
that so eloquently. This gentleman not only gave her that, he gave her more than what she asked because she
Mm.
knew how to talk to him and to motivate him. And I'm like, y'all can sit here and play games if y'all want, but I know I'm getting some help and I'm gonna do the thing.
What? Well,
Okay, think it's a game if you want to.
hey, play with it. How they say, play with it if you want to.
Yes, yes. Think it's a game.
So, and now these videos, I see you posting on. I see your content. I see your content, and you posted a lot of good content. I'm gonna play a video of one of the videos that you posted. We'll talk about that a little bit.
Funny.
Yes. See how prepared I am.
I see.
Hey, just look at it.
Okay.
All right, play the video, Mike.
You know that you know that you know that you have had some conflict in your household about money at some point. I mean, come on, y'all. You have, if you're single, you have a conflict with yourself about money. So you think two people coming together, different ways of spending, different thought processes about what they want, different desires, never have any conflict?
There you go. I see your content.
That video. What made you choose that video? I'm just so curious.
Man, so you know, I've done a lot of radio, so I'm not I never went to any broadcasting school. So, but I used to do a talk radio show, a call-in show, and that one of those that what you're talking about now was a topic that always came up, and but it was kind of framed like, who should pay all the bills in a relationship? Should a man pay the bills? Should a woman pay the bills? Should they go 50-50? So, but that conversation always drove a lot of people to the phone lines. And I did a call-in show, and so I just wanted to hear your take on that. So, what was your purpose for that video?
Because I like stirring the pot as if blood might. No. What made me now I had done a previous video in which I talked about how couples have some, I'm trying to figure out what the word. Oh, it was a post on my page, Mike, that I asked, said, are we still going 50-50 in 2026? I said, how are we paying our bills in 2026 in relationships? And that, people are like, I was criticized as only Black people talk about this, we take care of bills in our house, we both pitch in. People got on there and acted so sanctimonious and so pious. We don't have any issues. So it was a written post. And people got on there like, I get tired of Black people talking about this and, who pays the bills and, are we going 50-50 and all that kind of stuff. And all I know is that the bills, and then other people are on there. All I know is that the bills get paid and we just call them paid. And I just think I was outdone with the fact that maybe their situation is of such. But most of the people that I'm connected to, most of them are divorcees. Most of them not most, but some are on their second or third marriages. So I felt like it was disingenuous, if I'm honest, on that post and be acting like you're talking about something that is no big deal. And I said I couldn't explain it all, so I'm so glad you played that. I felt like it was so disingenuous because African American people, traditionally we know as Black women are the largest consumers. Black women spend a ton of money to look good, to feel good.
Absolutely.
Vacationing. And if, we think we're living our best life, but, what I would want to say is, we're carrying the designer bags, we're driving, and I'm not knocking that. I've gone through that phase. I've done all of that. But at 54, I have settled a little bit into something that's a little bit more important for me, and that's quality of life.
Yeah.
not necessarily being a huge consumer, because being a huge consumer, I'm making other communities rich. When they do the research shows that the black dollar does not stay in the black community. It goes out into
The
other.
moment you spend it, it's gone.
You spend it, it's gone.
Yeah,
So we are the largest consumers, but we have the least amount of generational wealth. And
absolutely.
if you are if you I don't care if you're doing excellent now, I don't care if you're a millionaire standing right now. You had this is new money. This is not wealth that has been passed down. This is not
No,
standing wealth. So to act like, why are we having a money conversation because we're living in a nice house and driving nice cars, when so many people are a paycheck away from
yeah.
disaster? So many people are.
Even the people that got mad at you for the conversation.
Even the people who got
Yeah.
mad at me for the conversations.
Well, let me say this. Having money conversation is a hard conversation for most people, and they don't want a lot of people would rather not even talk about it because it is an uncomfortable conversation. And what you did, you stirred the pot and you made a bunch of people uncomfortable. And sometimes it's hard to look in that mirror knowing that, man, I'm very irresponsible with my money. That's why I don't want to talk about it. I'm very irresponsible. I'm keeping up with the Joneses. I want people to look at me for what I got now, not what I got in my banking account or my checking account, because if they truly know what was in my account, then I won't be, I won't say popular, but I won't be as popular as people think I am. Man, it's a hard conversation, and you just made people look at themselves, and that's what most people are upset about. The fact that, we irresponsible. We don't talk about our finances.
Wow. So you apparently tuned into that then. Am I hearing that correctly?
Not exactly, but I will be from now on out, because this is some of my research looking at your page, but I can almost understand some of the reasons behind the backlash, or people want to come for you, is because, you know how I pay my bills in my household with my wife? I give her my check. And I just say, you're a better steward of the money than I am. So and I don't care. I'm not concerned that she's going to do anything other than pay our bills and make sure that I eat, make sure the kids okay, make sure, and I'm not putting that all on her. I just know she always been better than I am with money.
Wow.
And I'm okay with that.
Wow.
So she give me a little bit of money. I get my allowance.
Yeah.
I beg for it. I give her my money and I beg for something back.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So I give her, I won't even say my money. I give her our money,
Some guys, and the other part of the conversation that they're not ready for just yet, some guys would call your actions simping. You do realize that, don't you?
That I'm a simp.
Some guys would
Yes.
call that, they may call that simping. They may
Yes.
say, man, I ain't giving her my check. Handpicked.
Yeah.
Man, I ain't giving her my check. I mean, man, she, you know what I'm saying? She ain't finna see all that I mean, I hear this stuff that's out there. I mean, it's out there. And so I just thought it was so interesting that you want to point out me because I said that. Maybe I didn't say it the way they wanted me to say it, but I'm not going to kowtow to people because hear me and hear me clearly. I'm going to let you speak to that.
No, go ahead.
About that, because we got all these terms and our children are being decimated. Our children, whether it's other communities, whether it's our own community. We struggle. We are making every other community rich. Amazon.
Absolutely.
How in the world do you get a Jeff Bezos and you get an Elon Musk? They have understood that as long as they know how to make us feel good and to make things convenient, we're going to take our money out. Uber Eats and buying up Chinese food and Mexican
Yeah.
food because we don't want to cook, or McDonald's.
Yeah.
All of this, every other community understands how to take money away from us, the extensions that we have, the nails that we're doing. None
Yeah.
of these people will even do business with us. They will not come into any of our establishments. And so when I see that, we are and when I see the fact that you get all passionate about me talking about who's paying a bill, but when I look at some of the things that are going on in our country, when I look at what's being taken away, when I look at how Black women are being disrespected, when I look at how Black being in some cases are being unalived by
Yeah.
partners, white, Black, otherwise, when I look at what our children are doing and how they're disrespecting their parents and unaliving their parents, when I look at the state of some of our African American men and the rate at which they are unaliving African American women, when I look at the rate of some of our women and how they are lost and how they have their priorities in the wrong place, and they are more concerned with butt being big, hair being long, lashes being long, and we are at a place historically where that we are more challenged and have been more challenged with even entering and keeping a relationship because
Mm.
priorities are wrong, but we're not
Yes.
ready for that conversation. But Keisa's an easy target. You're stirring the pot because you asked how we're paying bills. No, I want to see that same outrage. I'm gonna and I'm going to continue to stir the pot
Yeah.
because
Absolutely.
I want to see
Absolutely.
that outrage with some of the
Yeah.
other things. I want to see the outrage with some of the policies that are coming out of Washington, D.C.,
Yeah.
or even Alabama, when you have Alabama
Absolutely.
lawmakers who say, well, we want to take away the 14th Amendment, which gave protections basically to African Americans. I want
Hmm.
to see the outrage with that. I want to see or hear the plan for that.
I'm with you. I'm with you, soul sister, when you're 100% right, man. Yeah. So,
Because when I speak about those terms, it's largely silent. When I speak
well,
about that,
yeah.
speak about the danger of AI data centers and us not knowing, it's sometimes silent. But
No, no, no. Oftentimes,
it's
well,
often
sometimes, oftentimes, same thing. It's
yeah,
silent.
yeah.
You know, it,
We don't
it,
have any thought about that because we're just working and we're going and spending our job and living our life and going on vacation, and I'm able to post my pictures.
yeah,
And
yeah. My bag. I'm
yep,
able to post my picture of my
yep,
bag.
yep,
The restaurant that we ate at.
yep,
The car that we driving in.
yep,
I mean, we just over saturated, deeply immersed in garbage all the time, all the time. And 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 we talk about we talk about coming together. It's only a few of it's only a few of us talking about that, having that conversation. Most of us rather not have a conversation like that.
no,
Most of us rather just
no,
do what comes easy,
yeah,
ignore what is going on,
yeah,
and live our best life,
yeah,
which is a lie.
which is a lie.
Best life is a lie.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
The real deal is talking about how you paying these bills. The real deal, that's that's the real deal. How we paying these bills.
Yeah,
Whether we going 50-50 or that's a real conversation though. But we rather not have that kind of conversation.
no,
But we want to make our life so great on social media.
yeah,
We want to pretend that we driving the best cars,
yeah,
eating at the best restaurants.
yeah,
Meanwhile, we ain't got two nickels to rub together.
yeah, yeah.
We ain't
It
got a pot to piss in and a one to throw it out.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And that ain't
And I
nothing.
said that, not you.
I know that, and
Yeah, I know. I'm
I
just
get
playing,
it.
Keisa.
No, I said that too quick. I didn't mean that the way that came out. I don't mean to knock anybody because certainly I have been there. I just thank God for helping to open my eyes. I have largely moved away from that sort of lifestyle. I still enjoy nice things. I enjoy a nice car. I enjoy a nice purse. But I'm not at a place again. I remember I made a decision recently to cut one subscription service because they're telling us where we're going, Mike. You will own Elon Musk, you know, You will own nothing and you will be happy. They're moving us towards subscription services. You look at the beef that's coming here. Again, I don't see the outrage about all of these things, about what decisions that are being made to hurt the American people, but it's easier to jump on something on something that could really educate us at the end of the day, or we could really kind of make some valuable deposits because I want people to be taught by everything that I do. But I digress. But my prayer is that my people will come out of this self-absorbed, highly emotional, highly feel good life because America has a plan for us. Now, this whole thing is spiritual, but even if you say I don't want to get into all that spiritual and church stuff, America has a plan. And I just pray my people wake up and
Yeah.
stop battling with each other over nonsense. I mean, just nonsense. You take two people of any other community, they're going to work together, two ladies, they're going to work together and they're going to go and get that money together.
Yeah.
You take two sisters, she may look at you and may determine she doesn't like the way you look. She may not like the way you talk. She may not like the way you dress. She may not like what you drive. She may not like the way you wear your hair.
Come on now.
Not everybody. This isn't everybody. But this is not what I've heard. This is what I have lived. And you can go to that sister, especially if she's in a hierarchy position. And if she's just determined she doesn't like you, there's only room for one. That's just what it's going to be.
Mm.
Whether you like it, love it, or lump it. And some people cater, and shame on us as African Americans, because shame on us, because I don't care what position you have currently. At the end of the day, we're going to all stand and we're going to answer for what we were given in this life and how we stewarded it. But not only are we going to answer for that, we're going to answer for how we treat people.
Amen.
We're gonna answer
That,
for
not, absolutely. You know, you mentioned, I think it could have been a post,
that.
Keisa,
Mhm.
about Birmingham being cliquish.
Yeah. Oh boy. Yeah.
We don't have to deep down, but
I'm an
I've
open
been
book.
back.
Like, you
Yeah,
good.
I've been back and forth in Birmingham for a long time. Since the 90s. I came here in 91.
Yeah.
Yeah. With the Miles College. I don't know if you know that. I
Yes.
graduated from Miles.
Yes.
And I worked here for a while. And one of the things that I noticed that Birmingham is very cliquish. And it's still like that today. It was like that early on, and it's kind of sort of like that now. But you had a good message, and you encourage people to get involved. Come to these things. Need new players. Get involved. Don't worry about how cliquish you think people may be. You need to get out there and be in the midst of it all, so you can create a clique. But a clique that would create people that would allow people to be involved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what I have learned with myself is nobody's backing me, nobody's pushing me. I've spent 30 plus years of my life not being able to always saying the right thing, always having to duck down, always having to back up. I'm not in that position anymore, and I'm loving life over here.
Oh.
So these conversations, I've waited 30 years to be rubber stamped by someone. I've waited 30 years to have someone say, "Hey, I'd love for her to be on my team because of what she's contributed." But when I started noticing people overlooked me intentionally, I could be the person to help you and you see me out and you see me whatever, but it started dawning on me, "Oh, this isn't by happenstance. This is intentional."
Mm.
So and I will say this, remember I shared the story about my history back in school. What I have found, this is, if I'm gonna tell the truth, I'm gonna tell the truth. What I have found is African American, in my case, African Americans will be quicker in some cases to reject what I put out there than other communities. I could tell you some stories. I can go into some other communities, they recognize my value off spot.
Yeah.
Right offhand, will hire me, want me to
Yeah.
be a part, because other communities are concerned about the end result. They're not intimidated by how you look. They're not
Right.
intimidated by what you have brought to the table.
Right.
They're all about the end result. And
Yeah.
that's where my mind stays. I'm about the end result. I
Right.
don't allow, and thank God that he's grown me up to where I don't allow my insecurities to stop. What happens a lot of times in our community is we allow our insecurities
Come on.
to stop us from achieving the end result. We
She
have
preaching again,
too
guys.
much
Go ahead on,
we
Keisa.
have too much money, we have
Yeah.
too much talent, we have too much ability, and we have too many resources for us to even be in a position to not have some of the things
Right.
we need. But if I keep looking at you and I don't want you in the clique, that's nothing but modern day slavery being played out.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm a part of this house. You can't be in the house with me.
Yeah.
It's only
No, sir.
me.
You
If
gotta go find your own house.
go find your own house. You
Yeah.
gonna have to stay out there. I'm here,
Yeah.
and because I got it, you're not gonna come.
Yeah.
That's something that is historical division. That is historical in
Yeah.
nature. So the thing about Keisa is, I'm not gonna at 54. I'm not gonna do it in my personal life. I'm not gonna do it in my professional life. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
play the game of trying to get you to accept me. That's over with. That's
Yeah.
over with. If I have to go to Timbuktu, I've loved this community, but I'm honest about where it is, and I can say some honest things because I know
I'm 100% agreeance with you. Yes, I am. Yeah.
I'm low. I'm just listening. Long story short, I would just say I'm just kind of over all of the kowtowing and putting it pretty and saying it nicely. We need a revolution, and the revolution needs to begin within our own community. We need
Yeah.
revolution, and I'm concerned, and I can't deal with everything. I try to on my page. I try to give people a heads up about stocking up because of some things that I believe are coming. Stock up on your water, stock up on your canned goods, be
Yeah.
prepared. I try to tell people to pay attention what's going. I try to tell people to vote. I don't get the reactions there. I don't get the engagement there. But I get the engagement on other things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That when
Yeah.
it touches a nerve, or when you're
Yeah.
sensitive about certain things. And
Yeah. Absolutely.
so like I said, I'm not trying to comfort anybody's thing. It's okay, because right, what I have learned, my confidence in God is He's placed me right where I need to be. Now, I am the person I'm very confidential, so I don't go and rat people out or try to go after people personally. But I am going to speak to the culture. I'm 54. I'm an
Yeah.
elder. I've grown up in the
Yeah.
community. I've watched it evolve.
Yes, ma'am.
Say some things. I'm not going to personally attack people. That's not my game, because a
Yeah.
lot of people who are affiliated with the city, I have relationships with them, and I think very highly of them. But even if it's me, Mike, even if it's me,
Well, you
I'm
have to be extra
up
careful
to
anyway,
something
though.
higher. Huh?
Well, you have to be extra careful too when you talk about confidentiality and not attacking folks, because you're
Yes.
giving a group of ladies who trust you with their
Yes.
information. You
Yes.
giving them a bunch of, or they're giving you a bunch of information, and it's important how you carry yourself. So you're not going to be out there trying to attack folks either, but you're going to speak the truth about what you see.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and
Absolutely.
let me play another video, and then we're gonna move on to a couple more things before we close it out. Here's a video I want to play. Let me just play it.
Okay.
We cool?
We cool.
All right.
This is funny.
Yeah.
So I'm curious, what would you have done in this situation? Had a gentleman who called me, asked me on a date, right? Gave me a date and time. I could not make it during that time. I had a prior event scheduled with one of my friends, and I told her that I would support her event. So I suggested an alternate date for him and explained, have something planned. but how does this work? Gave me a thumbs up to it as if, yes, that's okay. So a couple of days out, nothing. One day before, nothing. Day of, nothing. So the time frame comes and goes, and after we were supposed to meet, 3 o'clock in the morning, he's texting me a message saying, expressing how many men would love to meet me and go on a date with me, and some may be a little intimidated, or how I will have to deal with some things that they've dealt with, and went on after that and just started dealing with me like, good morning, wanting to text every day like nothing happened. Did not even acknowledge that basically he ghosted me. So what do you think that Keisa did? Ha! See how well you know me, number one. Number two, what would you have done if a gentleman asked you out on a date, you suggest an alternative date, he agrees, and then he doesn't show up? Y'all, all sorts of things are happening out in the dating arena. This is really not to bash him, because I'll be honest with you, I really could care less, right? I have other friends. I live a full life, so I'm not worried or concerned about anything that happens in that nature, because my prayer is always to God. If this person is not for me, God, you just remove them out of the way. I don't have to have any answers. I don't have to have questions. I don't have to go through anything. And sometimes I believe God answers that prayer in ways that we don't expect. So what would you have done, number one? And number two, what do you think Keisa did?
What you think Keisa did? What you think? She was ghost. What you think Keisa did? If you know Keisa, you know what she did. You got to know Keisa to know what she did.
That's funny.
Joker he gonna ghost you. And then hold on, Keisa. You got the nerve to call this buster a gentleman. That's not a gentleman. That's a buster.
He's a buster. Is that what he is?
Yeah, he's a buster. He know he's a buster. He gonna call you, set up a date. Hey, we going out, and then don't show up, and then call you like nothing never happened.
Nothing ever happened. I was
That's
like,
a clown, man.
this is the Twilight Zone.
That's a clown.
Twilight Zone.
I'm gonna tell you something. Now, hold on.
Yeah.
Before you get into all that, if I had a friend that did you like that, I would call him a clown.
Yeah.
Yeah. No doubt. No doubt. You know, if you're gonna make it a commitment and it's on from this point on,
yeah,
it's a date. Okay, we're gonna go. We're not saying you're gonna get married. I'm not saying that y'all gonna, it's a date.
Yeah.
You're getting to know someone, you're having some food, and you're just interacting. And you don't hold your end of the deal up.
Yes.
You're a buster.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
yeah.
But I like what you said at the end. You pray, and if it's for you, and that's what God has for you, then it's for you.
Yeah.
And if it's not, then it's not. So it's almost safe to say that the buster wasn't for you. The gentleman wasn't for you.
He wasn't. I could listen at
and that's just me talking. Go ahead.
No. You know, not that I disagree with you. I hold to myself to a standard, and I don't get it right. I was talking to someone this evening, and I was supposed to do something and kind of got caught up, and I owed this person. I said, I apologize because I kind of got caught up and I should have really said, et cetera, et cetera. They gave me a ton of grace. Now, had this gentleman said, you know what, I did say that and that wasn't right, man, I have grace for days.
Yeah.
Man, I think that 3 a.m. text of, many men watch you and want to talk to you, but you're dealing with whatever, and they're not going to reach out, and you're dealing with their past. And I think that was the attempt to say, this is why I didn't reach out. But to me, all you had to say was, look, I'm not going to be able to make it. Or look, I'm really not interested in going out.
Yeah.
I respect that a little bit better than just letting it come and just riding on it. But then after it passes, now I had a couple of gentlemen say, well, you should have reached out to him. You should have asked him.
Oh,
Okay.
no.
Guys, but I will tell you, if he asked me, he reached out to me.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, reaching back out, I would tell you no.
Thank
You
you.
don't have no business to reach out to a dude that say, "Hey, we going on a date," and
Yes.
then the brother or whatever you,
Yeah.
then he make excuses to reasons why he didn't take you on a date.
Yes.
Yeah, you making all these excuses, and, and the excuses that he's making are blaming you for some of the stuff that you may be going through or went through, or may even share with him. I don't
We
know.
don't know each other like that. We
Okay,
don't
well,
this would have been a
thank
first
you.
date. We don't
Well,
even he has no historical reference for
well,
me.
that makes him even more of a buster.
Yes, I
Yeah.
agree.
Do not what's the word I'm looking for? Project.
Come on. That's it.
Do
That's
not
it.
project
That's it.
what you think that I may be going through just to
Yes.
make an excuse to not go out on a date that you
Yes.
set up.
You initiate it.
Yeah, exactly.
And this is the issue. It may and this is a and let me tell you, I study people, so I don't miss a lot. Sometimes I do, but I don't but I study people and this is the peculiar part. This was all done texting back and forth. So this was no conversation. And you and chatty before the issue came in when I suggested an alternative date. I promised my girlfriend she was having a kickoff event at her home, inviting several friends and family. I'd committed to be there for her. Glad I did.
Absolutely.
He apparently now he asked me to go on the date on a Thursday, and he asked to go on a Saturday. I said, "Well, let me check, and let me see what I have going." And I said, "No, I can't do that." I said, "But how is next Saturday?" And he just gave me the thumbs up sign from social media. So, I think he became offended thinking I put him off or thinking I was doing something else with another gentleman. Either way, it does not matter, but that was telling to me
Yeah.
when you had to adjust for me, you know, you were no longer interested, but then you started back after it was over, so really he didn't wanna go go because and that was the thumbs up because he didn't talk anymore after that, but then after the time came, it's like, "Okay, now I'm gonna just start talking again. Good morning," and texting me back and forth,
Da
and
da 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 da.
da 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 da, we
Girl.
just go on, and I'm like, "Nah, we're too old. You're older than me, sir.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can't deal with it. I can't
No.
play the game. Don't
Mm-mm.
you know, if you can't
Mm.
listen, I don't wanna go," or, "Listen, I'm not something came up, I'm not gonna be able to go." That always works. We just have to do better, and at the end of the day, I don't hold him to that high of a standard. I just believe in the process of cleansing like I told you. I think God just handles that stuff,
Mm.
you know?
Wow.
He wasn't for me, so let
No, no, he wasn't.
no.
But you know what? When I'm listening to you talk about it, just to me, I have friends that are single around my age and our age, and I have a twin sister.
Hmm,
She's single now,
hmm,
um, and just listening to the stories that I'm hearing, man, guys, I know we gotta be better than this. I know we are,
hmm.
but to listen to some of the stories from my friends, sisters, um, female friends, just it's it somehow it makes you lose a little bit of faith in us and so on. But not your job is to keep the faith because you instilling good information in all the people. But I'm losing faith in my brothers, man. That's what I'm trying to say.
Mm. Good. So what are you that's interesting. Mm, that's
It,
interesting coming from a guy that you are getting frustrated with what guys are doing.
yeah, yeah, I'm getting frustrated, and I'm getting well. Let me just be clear too. Not only guys either. Not let
Mm,
me say I'm
mm.
I'm I'm frustrated. Okay, social media it exposes you to
Yeah, agree.
way too much. You see people in their early 40s and early 50s. And I'm not judging.
Mhm.
I'm not judging. I'm just talking about what we see. And some of these people acting as if they're 13 and late 20s, early 20s. And we talking about people that are elderly. I mean, elders in our community. So, and then when I hear conversations from my peers, I I get a little bit discouraged for people who trying to date. I hear these conversations about how the guys are acting, how the women are acting. I'm like, man, I know it can't be this. It can't be
Yeah,
all this
yeah. It's so much,
when you're navigating these waters, man.
it's a lot.
But mainly men now. Let me just mainly men.
Mm. You know, the and can let me give you another honesty statement. Part of the reason that I have that female group is because there's some things that I cannot and will not say, related to the public forum.
I
Um,
got you.
s but, yeah, we're in a time right now where the things that I hear, the things that I see, I entered the space intentionally to be a disruptor, and so clearly I have a manifestation of that. If clearly, I mean, clearly I'm a disruptor there, and I choose to be. But we are in an unprecedented time, and I don't look at social media as a barometer to define who I am, to define what I can have, to
Yeah.
define the state of my affairs. I don't look to it for that validation. I entered the space. Was telling someone this the other day. I specifically entered the space because I wanted to be a change agent.
There
And
you go.
I saw men speaking on how women should feel and the things that women are going through and all of that, and I was like, "No, no, no. No, no, no. What we're not gonna do is we're not gonna have men telling us how we should think and how we should feel," and there was this gentleman in particular, I knew he was a shyster. I thought I knew from personal experience, unfortunately, and I thought, "Nah, I'm gonna have to enter this space," and I've had enough experience. I'm a coach. I'm
Shiesty.
a certified coach. This is yeah, he was a buster, as you would call him, and so so I was like, "I'm going to enter this space, and I am going to speak truth to power." I have,
Yeah,
um
absolutely.
and because someone asked me why I started the Love Reset Circle with this group of mature women for that very reason, to be a disruptor, to enter the space. My story is not like everybody else's. I meet people all the time. I
Yeah,
meet gentlemen all the time. I mean, I live almost a very secluded life, but I'm very friendly, so I have
yeah,
no problem connecting. "Hey, what's up? How are you doing?" I don't have an issue with that. The issue I do know my issues relationally that
yeah,
I've worked on, the patience, you know what I mean? I'm a very, I can be type A in that, wanting things done,
you're right.
knowing how it's supposed to be done, feeling like I know and like, "Hey, let's do it, let's go," but having that patience, particularly as it relates to a man, particularly,
Right.
and giving him that space and that
So you're
grace.
not emasculating the man,
No,
are
you're
you?
not emasculating him in that type A, but
Yeah,
part of it is just not having the ability to be soft. I was telling a gentleman yesterday, one of my friends, he was distraught because he really likes this young lady and she's not giving him the time of day. He's 10 years older than her, she's younger, but he likes her for some reason, and she's playing these little games, and, I just told him, I said, "As men, you have a way." I said, "Let her know." I said, "If you're good walking away now, walk away, but if you're not, if you feel if you feel like you would regret or still have that inkling of what's there," I said, "As a man, you have a way of talking to us to get our attention. You don't have to you can talk grab her, look her in her face and say, 'Look, this is the deal.'" And I'm telling people, for lack of a better word, I'm telling people, I'm sharing with people everything that I thought I missed, everything that I could have done better in, everything that I could have seen a win in but didn't. So
Yeah.
my job right now is to share. I said she's young, friend. She may not know. She may be very immature just because, she
Yeah.
has children, doesn't matter.
Right.
Tell her, and once you tell her everything, you can get this off of your chest. I remember b before getting my divorce this last time, I remember doing everything I could to have this conversation with my ex, riding with him, talking with him, checking, double checking, showing him some of the things that I thought we could do to restore some things, and, just none of that worked. So when I had
Right.
given everything I could, instead of playing victim, when my hands were off, I was done. Because I knew I had put in, or so I, because I don't wanna have the regrets. Well, if I had talked to him, if I had shown him this, or gone and taken him out and maybe had a conversation with him and, tried to right some wrongs or do this or do that, I have no bad feelings because I did all of that. So,
Right.
yeah, it's tough out there, but I'm still a believer, and I believe that if
Me
God needs
too.
to rain down one person for me, I believe he'd do it, but I don't think he'll
No,
do it just for Keisa. I think he'll do it for his daughters and sons.
I yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that because that is the reality of it all is that God, and when He's in the midst of it all, He has a person for everybody. You
Yes.
know, regardless of what we may think is out there, which it's a lot of bad. I won't say bad, but a lot of things out there that you probably want to stay away from. But there's a lot of good
Yeah.
out there too.
Yeah.
And I won't say all the people are bad. They got their share issues. That's what I should say. You
You
know,
can say
and
you can say bad, you can
yeah,
call it what it is. Some of it
yeah,
is, I don't think it's just bad, Mike, I think it's terrible what's out there.
yeah,
Things like the red pill movement. There are men who at every turn they open their mouth, they destroy a woman. There is a sentiment out there, about amongst white men and black men who are saying the black woman is the worst. I mean, who are actively going after. There's this gentleman, I don't even know his name. I see his face. He went after Michelle Obama the other day.
man.
Did you see that?
No, I haven't, but I see a lot of that stuff on social media, and I have a fraternity brother that constantly goes at Michelle Obama,
Oh,
and I'm like,
oh,
bro, you. I mean,
oh.
not that I think you should go at any women,
Mm,
any,
mm.
and
One of the most
but
accomplished women that he will ever know, who's was married to one of the most prominent, the premier African American to lead the free world, who's done it and probably won't ever be anyone to do it again, and she
yeah,
happens to be married to him and shared in that journey. So, we are a piece of work, and,
man.
when I tell you, I mean, what's your fraternity brother's reason for going after Michelle Obama? What's his reason?
Well, um, Republican,
Ooh,
but
ooh.
that that's the only reason I can come to uh, grips with, and that is the stupidest reason that you can go after anyone. Who cares about, in this sense, a party? Why are you disrespecting this lady? Not only that he goes off on her, he find his way to degrade other black women as well. And I tell him,
Is he married to a black woman?
no, he's not. He's not married at all at this point. But the way I see this is a form of hatred.
Mhm.
Maybe some bad experiences with black women. But bro, and I always tell him, man, you putting down this lady only to be accepted by
Mhm.
Caucasian folks.
Mhm.
Are you dating a white woman? Or I mean, ain't nothing wrong with dating who you want to date. I'm not, but why would you put down this lady to be accepted by other folks. People can like you for who you are. They can't do that. People can actually like you for the person that you present, not the person that just like other people looking for acceptance from another group of people.
So this is how ridiculous this is.
Very.
Have a African American man who came from an African American woman, mind you, who was raised likely by African American women and has aunts and uncles, may have sisters. So what in it in that you're looking at that you would take your collective experience from that and choose a part of you that has a hatred, that has a dislike for this African American woman who you is a parallel to your mother, who is a parallel to your sister. So I
Yeah.
would be so curious to see or to know what happened in his childhood or whatever that allows him to spew this hate for another brown-skinned woman, number one.
Yes.
Crazy thing number 2 about it is that we have a president whose wife has a very storied, very controversial, and downright promiscuous past. But the fact that you would tear down a woman and the wife of a president who was scandal-free his entire time in office, the entire time afterwards, and that you would look at that and you would be disrespectful to her is asinine to me.
It,
When
it, it really is.
it's
And let me
asinine.
and let me say this, and we'll move on. You cannot have it. You cannot have an intelligent conversation with this brother. He would ask me some of the craziest things, and I sit there and answer every question that he asked me, right? And then he'll pretend that I never answered anything. but but we would be doing all. We would be going back and forth on social media to the point I'm like, man, I'm done with you, man. You want to see and believe what you want to believe because you probably is a hurt person, and what hurt people do, they hurt other people, and I'm not gonna be the person that you try to hurt,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
because I can take a lot. And when you speak about grace, I am one of those people too that I extend grace far beyond,
yeah,
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 because I just believe that I see people as all people are good. That's how I see people. I'm not asking nobody to believe what my concept is, but I think inside there is something good about all people.
yeah.
Yeah, I
But
just
this
believe
is
that.
just
That's a base.
Mike, this is just a time though, because what sense does it make? We are the community that does that. We to one of the most accomplished African American women,
Yeah,
he was what I would term not only just a hurt individual, he's what I would term a dangerous individual. I've seen too many African American men who smile and who will get with an African American woman and internally hate her with the
yeah,
whole idea of humbling her, with the whole idea of this. In some cases, you wonder, I think of was it Sotomayor? It was the vice mayor in a
yeah,
Florida town whose husband unalived her in the middle of the night. They'd just been married 4 years, no children. She was a rising star. She was
yeah.
maybe in line to even be the next mayor of.
Oh man, that happened in maybe 2017.
Oh no, this one happened either earlier this year or late last year.
Oh man, so I remember another case like that, but it
Yeah,
could be, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Oh
And
man,
it's these sorts of things. There are so many cases of African American men who are shooting down women. If she breaks up with him, he doesn't wanna move on, chases her, stalks her. Black women will go to the police, and the police will not protect them. They sometimes file restraining orders. Men will hunt these ladies down in parking lots and unalive them. I don't know what's going on. We can say a mental health crisis, but that's not just mental health, that's evil.
hmm
There are some cases with mental health people, you have to watch them in doing harm to themselves when it outreaches to doing harm to other people. Now, in some cases, yes, it's going to be mental health, but I'm not so sure that that's going to be my argument, or that should be the defense in everything that we're saying and everything we're dealing with. But it is deeply concerning to me, and unfortunately, seeing things like this, the hatred, why you have a hatred for a brown-skinned woman,
Yeah.
that you come from a brown-skinned woman,
And you got black kids.
and
You don't have no interracial kids.
I don't get
And
it. The
yeah.
case of the gentleman in New Orleans, was it New Orleans, who unalived the lady was divorcing him and unalived 6 children.
Yeah,
Um,
that's oh my God.
you know, I so again, in our community, I don't understand the outrage over a money comment.
Yeah.
But when we show those sorts of things, and one lady tried to tell me, she used to be a friend of mine, we've long known each other a long time. "Well, people grieve in different ways." Yeah, maybe they do. But we have selective grief, in my opinion. We wanna
Mm.
be loud on some things, but other things is no big deal. And the community, people, you have to say, "Be careful with your words." I believe in that. But the community is in crisis.
Yeah.
And my
Yeah.
and I wonder, what are we going to do? Are we gonna I don't wanna have a silly debate. That's not the point of it. The point of it is, let's teach each other. Let's learn how these things are working, number 1, and number 2, let's be real. Because
Yeah.
sometimes we hide so much, and nobody knows how to do anything. That's why I'm working with some people, and some people who have said, and dealing with some people who say, "I don't even know how to date." We
Mm.
gatekeep certain things.
Yeah.
We gatekeep certain things, and we jump on in some cases, some petty things.
Yeah.
Sometimes the truth is, a lot of us didn't grow up with money, man. Chris Coleman had some folks on his show today. He was talking about some money, and they were saying on there, a lot of us didn't grow up with financial planning in mind. We didn't learn about banking and
No.
savings, and I mean, these are facts,
Yeah, and it's okay.
and
It's
it's
okay.
okay.
Yeah.
Let's have an intelligent conversation. How do you do it? How are we doing this today? Let's have an intelligent conversation.
Yeah, that's it. It
That's
ain't
all.
nothing to be get all upset about.
No,
It's like,
no.
okay, man, you know what, Keisa? You bring up a great point. We paying these bills the best way we can, but you know, that's what I'm doing right now, girl. I'm paying these bills the best way I can. We robbing Peter to play Paul, you know.
Yeah, but when we get honest, though, we get free. When we
Yeah,
get honest, we get free,
yeah,
and in true fashion, everybody, I certainly have the supporters. I had people get in my inbox and say, "Wow, are people really in an uproar about that when we know money is one of the top issues, that one of them, that people get a divorce?
yeah,
Are they really in our?" Yeah, they are. And this is something that I lived. I lived with a gentleman who, and that's why we're not together today, who had no wisdom related to finances. And that's
yeah,
okay, but wanted
yeah,
to come and stand in a position to lord over my finances.
yeah.
That how does where do they do that?
Where they do that at, huh?
Where they do that at?
God,
I'm looking at all these, and, sometimes you just say, "Okay, Lord, let's just kinda work with this." In a minute, though, I'm gonna be like, "God, you gotta help me, because we can't, if I see the train going off the track."
you there?
I am. I didn't hear you for just a second, but
Oh,
you
I lost you too.
okay.
You say, I didn't see the train go off the track. I think that's the last thing I heard from
Well,
you.
I was just saying that if I see the train going off the track, I at least am obligated to say, "Hey,
Yeah,
let's try to get this back together.
yeah,
Let's try to get this
absolutely.
back on track." Or imagine this, let's not go off the track either way. Let's not go off the track. Let's try to keep it on the track. So,
Yep. And hey, a team, man.
yeah,
But
imagine that.
a team, God, dog.
Collaboration, imagine that.
Mm,
Ima
mm, mm, mm.
Imagine that as a whole, thought process in our community. Imagine that. Working together. Imagine that. What that looks like. Imagine that.
Mm. You know, girl, we could talk all day.
We could, but
yeah, we could talk all day. I did, but we're gonna save it for another time because I just need you to go where you need to go.
okay.
You understand what I'm saying? Because it's a conversation.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't want to be stripped at it, but I had a couple questions that I want to ask you, but I'm gonna move on because they not in we passed them right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But let's close it out. But I want to ask you a couple fun questions before I let you go.
Okay.
If that's okay with you.
Yeah.
All right. Now, what is one of your biggest pet peeve when it comes to dating?
Dishonesty. Just, I can take the truth over anything. I mean, if you don't like me, if you just, hey, this isn't it, or dishonesty is when you are leading a person down a path. But sooner or later, though, I'll catch up to it. I can just tell you that the Lord always has a way of revealing. But dishonesty is certainly a
discernment.
yeah, I'm believing for a greater degree of discernment. I'm asking for that and dealing because we are in some serious times right now. But dishonesty is one of my greatest pet peeves.
Do you have any hidden talents that you haven't spoke about today?
One that may be surprising is that I'm a very organized person. That probably doesn't come off or is not seen as much. But I've seen over the years with myself I'm very organized. I can go into a space and my mind thinks sequence and in order. And even as it relates to different things, I love order and I really like organizing things a lot.
Guys, her hidden talent is OCD.
Has to have a space. Has to be in a Now, I'm not you'd look at my space right now and you'd see some things out of order, so I'm not terribly like that, but eventually it's like I have to snap myself into order like, "Hey, listen, let's get it together."
Okay. What is one of your deepest regrets?
Ooh. Feeling like I was there for everybody else, and I lost a brother in 2002, and I didn't feel that I was there for him because I had so many different areas of life hitting me so hard at the time.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's probably one of the tougher ones. All this other stuff is relative. A
Yeah.
close second would be not understanding gentlemen who really loved me and not building a life and a legacy with a family in mind because I was so distracted or so busy building a career or felt so obligated to family that I really neglected myself. So that's really a 2 for 1. So when you hear that and you understand that about me, you know that I have 0 time for games. I'm over people. I'm 54. I'm not 24. I'm 54.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
But
I have 0 time for games.
yeah, I learned that in the first 2 minutes of conversation.
Stop. Stop.
Go on now. I ain't got no time for these games you trying to play.
Well, I'm curious. Do I come off as that type of person? You talking to me?
Not bad, but
Yeah.
not bad.
Yeah.
And I don't think you come off as somebody like I ain't got time for games. But also in this conversation, I can see that you ain't got time for games, but you don't take yourself too serious either.
No, I don't.
You
No.
you can
No, I don't.
laugh, you can have a good time, but business is business.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
So,
sir.
and we got a friend in common too, Alvin Garrett.
Alvin
Y
Garrett,
yeah, yeah,
Alvin
yeah.
Garrett, Alvin is
He been on
missing.
the show a couple times.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, he been on the show a couple
Alvin is
times,
missing.
and sometimes we just bring him on just to talk.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
That's my friend. I mean, a true friend.
yeah.
I mean
Alvin,
I
my
mean friend.
yeah, that's my guy. I talk to him
Yeah,
a lot. Yeah,
yeah,
not more. I should talk to him more though, because when we talk, man, when we do catch up, it's like we catch up. You know what I mean? Yeah,
yeah.
but good dude, man. Good dude. Yeah,
He is a good dude. Good.
yeah.
Keeping it real because goodness gracious, you've graced stages with so many people, and I really believe he's a Birmingham gem. He
Oh,
loves people here. He doesn't forget where he's come from. That is unique. I mean, there are
yeah.
people here who have not even graced the stages and places that he has, and they think that they're, all that in 5 bags of chips.
Come on now.
Uh,
Yes.
he has certainly been in these spaces and is a big deal and remains touchable. That ain't an easy thing to do. That ain't an easy thing to
Come
do.
on now.
So
Come on.
I have a lot of respect for him. I have a lot of respect for his family. I have a lot of
Yeah.
respect for his talent. And really, I have a lot of respect for people who operate like that, who can keep that foot in the high places and excelling in life, but can also keep that other foot squarely planted in everyday life and recognize that if it
Yes.
were not for the grace of God, if it were
Yeah.
not,
Yeah. He is a star in my opinion.
I mean, the quintessential,
Yeah.
because you can grace those spaces, but you can still remain humble and touchable to those that you
Yeah.
love. So that's quintessential. That's the
Yeah.
my other favorite word. That's top tier. He's a
Top
top
tier.
tier star.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's
Oh
top
man.
tier.
Go ahead on. Now, can you cook? And what is your favorite meal to cook?
Man, I cook so well. It's probably surprising.
You cook the eggplant too, right?
Yeah, I cook
I
that.
just
Eggplant is gonna hit every time. I don't even like fried food, but
yeah.
I got that eggplant from, what is it, Jones Valley Urban Farm in downtown Birmingham,
Uh
and I don't know what made me do it. I think I asked somebody. I cook so many things. I am excellent at, now I tell you what I don't cook well. I don't grill steaks. I don't grill well, so I
okay.
don't cook steaks well, but I mean, I can do a mean bowl. I can do some mean spaghetti. I can hook up a
Okay.
Thanksgiving dinner. Man,
Oh,
I can do macaroni and cheese. I can do greens, collards, cabbage. I cook beans every day, and I use it for me and my dog. I cook beans every day.
oh yeah. Beans, yeah.
Beans
Yeah.
every day.
I love beans. I put them in the crock pot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
beans
just
every
let them
day.
cook. Put a piece of smoked meat in there, just let them go.
Yeah. What do
But
I
are
cook
you
great?
vegan? You're not vegan, are you?
I vacillate between vegan and non-vegan. I'm
Okay.
very little, like today, I had the amount of meat. I don't know if I had this much meat. My mother cooked a really good soup that had rice and some peas, carrots, and
Okay.
cauliflower, broccoli, and then she put some beef bones in there or something like that.
Mm,
They're not neck bones, but they were some type of little, it's not oxtails, but it was something. But, you have to fight the bones to get the meat out of there, so it was mostly, the rice and the vegetables and then corn,
yeah.
just a little bit of meat, but
Yeah.
other than that, today I hadn't had
That
any.
meat for flavor. That's just a little bit of bone
Just
for
a little
flavor.
bit of flavor.
Yeah.
Other than that, I hadn't had any meat. I had an apple, and I had an apple, and I had a protein shake that I create. I love to do smoothies.
Okay.
So I do my lattes at home. I'm real big on that. I can get real creative in that arena. I do chia seed pudding. Um,
Okay.
I do a great omelet. I do a bomb.com omelet,
Ah, omelet.
meat or meatless.
Okay.
So I'm extremely creative. I do sweet potato brownies.
That sounds good.
I do, an avocado chocolate mousse made of avocado and, chocolate or cacao and cocoa, and do some a little sweetener and avocado delish. So and
Okay,
my big thing right now
you
are lattes. I do a lot of lattes, a lot of,
okay, you dabble and dab a little bit,
I try to do
to do.
natural stuff. I do a lot of
And
natural.
mom's still in the kitchen, huh?
Oh,
Whooping up that
yeah.
stuff, whooping up that thing like a stir fry.
Yeah, listen, mama does good soups and she does good
Is
greens.
she local?
She is, yes.
She's in Birmingham?
She's in Birmingham.
All right, mama.
It has
Okay.
been for years. Yeah, my brother came up here too, so my immediate family,
Is
is up
kind
here.
of here hanging out with you, huh?
Yeah,
Or y'all
absolutely.
are hanging out together?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we
Okay.
do, yeah,
That's
we do a lot of hanging out together,
that's what's up.
me and my mom and everything, but yeah, she's still cooking. She is in her 70s, 74, looks good, getting around well.
Yeah.
It is a blessing to be able to see
Come
that,
on now.
to be able to, to have that, and to have that example, because that
Yeah.
is how I plan to
To
be.
be. Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's how I
Exactly.
plan to be. So,
Last but not
yeah,
last but not least,
yes,
if you had one superpower, what would it be?
love,
Love.
love.
Wow.
I genuinely have a love for people, even those who don't care for me. I can love you and move on. My ex-husbands, I have no loss of love for them. Just
Oh,
know we're not supposed to be married, and that chapter's
yeah.
open, but I don't have any hate. I don't put any hate mail out on them. I don't,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? They don't, I mean, I don't even mention their names, so people would have
Yeah.
to dig up and understand who they were.
Yeah.
So I would say
Yeah.
my superpower is love, and that
Yeah.
ability to walk in love with you regardless.
Yeah.
And I do it from an obedience standpoint to God as opposed to myself, because in and of myself, I could be frustrated with people. I could get very tired of people, but out of obedience to Him, because I want something greater from Him that He can give me and that He promises me. So that would be my superpower, to stand flat-footed and to love you regardless,
Mm.
knowing everything that's going on in the community and in the nation. I have no loss of love for those who are not of my community, for those
Yeah.
who committed atrocities against my community. I
Yeah.
am aware, I call it out,
Yeah.
in some cases, but I have no less love. I choose to love because I know that there's a day that's coming that
Mm.
God's gonna settle the score.
Mm.
And so if he has confidence and he's not jumping off his throne to jump down here, I have so much confidence in him to settle the score that I can look right at you and just, I guess I'm just saying, life is a lot easier now because I just don't take a lot of things or people seriously.
Yeah.
I choose to live in my space and I choose to be at peace, and I don't put that responsibility on anybody else. I don't, not my parents or siblings or my job, any of my friends. Keisa is so settled and complete in Keisa and in God. And I'm not rushing anything. I acknowledge what I've done. I acknowledge the mistakes that I've made in rushing to get married in the past for my selfish reasons. I'm not rushing a thing. I'm not delaying it either. I'm very vocal with God. If, okay, whatever I'm doing to hinder, come on, let's work on it. And he's worked and working on me on some things, and I know he is. But I'm good right now. I'm good. I'm not, I don't ever, because what did you say about me? I don't, it's always, I'm always working on something. So I don't ever
Yeah.
settle, but I'm good at this space that I am. I certainly don't have
Absolutely.
what I want, but I'm at peace with me. And I own it all, Mike.
That's it.
I
That's
own
it.
it all.
That's
Mistakes, success,
yeah. Being
misses.
accountable is half the battle.
Shit. It's not
Yeah.
easy though. I'm gonna tell
No.
you. It's not easy.
No. It ain't. But it's growth.
Mm,
It's maturity,
mm.
and it is a avenue is to get to the next chapter. You know what I mean?
Mm.
You know, without if you can't be any of those things, you cannot go anywhere.
Mm.
Be stagnant, stuck, but you're vulnerable and you're allowing yourself to not be.
Yeah.
So accountability can only open doors. Yep. Being accountable, understanding where you want to go.
Yeah.
Well, man, it's been a pleasure.
This has
It
been fun.
has. Hey, we had fun. Yeah,
Yeah.
I knew we would, and it's been very insightful. Thank you. I really appreciate you
You're
for
welcome.
coming on. You know, taking time out your busy schedule to come on here, man. I appreciate that.
You're so welcome. You are so
I
welcome.
re-
I count it an honor that anybody would wanna know about you, you know? I count it
yeah.
an honor. So I really thank you for the time and to help me kind of explore some things even with me, you know?
Well, that's what we do, man. Iron sharpens iron. You
Yeah.
know, and I'm just glad that you had the time to come on here for me to learn more about you and to follow your journey, to
Mm.
be a part of your journey in a way I can help. Um, and before I end, I would like for you to tell people one more time about,
Oh,
you know, you know, throw it out there one more time, and also let people know how to connect with you on social media. Now,
yeah.
believe you, a bunch of people are gonna go back and watch this. Yeah, yeah,
Thank you for the opportunity. Yeah, we are right smack in the middle of a powerful cohort, the Love Reset Circle. And just as it's entitled, we are resetting and we are doing so in a circle of women, in a confidential group setting. And you could call it coaching, you could call it whatever. It's really it's a circle in which we are coming in and we're embracing each other. We're embracing our failures. We're embracing our wins. We are embracing the newness of the dating environment right now. There's information about it on my page.
yeah,
Um, and what I would say, you know, you kind of put this out here. What I would say, and you can follow me on any social media channel by typing in my name, Keisa Sharpe. TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Keisa Sharpe, Twitter, Keisa Sharpe. And but like I said, that is the biggest deal right now. We're going to resume I do a weekly free webinar. We will resume next week. I'm going this weekend on a retreat, a spiritual retreat on the weekend of August the 28th through the 30th. So the first week in September, we will resume our Sunday evenings weekly webinars, which are absolutely free. Follow my page. I'll have all the details on there. On Facebook, I'm Keisa Sharpe, or Keisa Shay Sharpe. Keisa Sharpe or Keisa Shay Sharpe. But if you do Keisa Sharpe, it's going to locate me. And we do a weekly free Sunday webinar each week. I will be doing that um, from here on until I get the release to do that. But it's called the Love Reset and why dating after 45 is your superpower. So we do the webinar in which we introduce people to the concept of understanding that dating after 45 is a strength because you have data now. You have data that you didn't have at 25, that you didn't have at 35, that you didn't have at 45. You have data. Okay. So that's what we do every Sunday. It's absolutely free. But if you want to go ahead and jump into our group coaching, which is held every Thursday night, we have one more session for the month of August. We have 3 sessions in the month of September, and we're coming together and we are relearning how to reset in the game of love, looking at where we have missed it, looking at where we can capitalize on now, and looking at how we navigate in this current dating arena. I know that's a lot. Looking at our past, bringing it now forward to where we are today and how to navigate this dating landscape. And you're doing so in a circle of other women. We're putting practical things in your hand to help you understand how to date. how to come to grips with your past, how to identify your weaknesses, how to identify your strengths. Because here is the promise that Keisa makes. I make the promise of helping you to see that everything you've been through is your benefit and it is to your advantage, not to your disadvantage, to your advantage, because the world tells us we're too old. The world tells us there are no good men, and men, there are no good women. The world tells us you've messed up too bad. There's no other shot for you. I am coming against everything to tell you that, because I have story after story of people who find love after one marriage, after two marriages, after three marriages. I have a young lady now, 69 years old, is about to be married for the fourth time. Met him last August, and they are moving toward marriage, and she shares her story. I may have gotten a little long-winded. If you want to be a part of that, I have shared. It's just easier to go ahead and plug in with me and jump into it. Sharper Associates is the Cash App. It is a crazy, ridiculous low price because we are on cohort 1 and we've already started. This is the inaugural cohort. You'll never see that price again. Sharper Associates is the Cash App. 4 sessions, and we are going to unlearn bad dating habits, and we're going to learn some new ones. And no, I can't promise you a man, but I can promise you that you're going to go into the gay dating arena with a brand new perspective. And that perspective is what positions you to receive the man God has for you.
There you have it, guys. Lock in. Lock in. This ain't no game.
No.
This ain't no game, man. Hey.
Time is over. If you're looking at the nation right now and all this crazy stuff we have going on, y'all better come on together so you can connect with your boo. Better come on. Man, I'm not playing.
Hey, we making it happen over here.
Yeah.
Man, y'all come on, man. Y'all, hey, I put the links up in my comment section. So y'all connect with Keisa, man. And you know, let's get it going. Find your boo.
Yeah.
Find your boo thing.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Keisa, man, I'm gonna have you on again.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I like it. Let's do it.
We have to do it part 2.
Yeah.
Part 2, man. And we'll kind of shape it, frame it, and see what we can come up with.
Because we didn't get into a lot of that dating stuff. We just got into a lot of my history. Ooh.
Yeah.
We didn't get into that dating stuff.
No, man, but I want to talk. And I did, but we will.
Okay.
We will.
Let's.
We're gonna come up and let's see what kind of schedule we can come up with and do it.
Let's do it.
Man, guys, thank y'all again for tuning in. Real Talk with Mike Steele. I'm on every Tuesday, every Wednesday when Keisa's and Thursday, Friday, Saturday. But yeah, seriously, y'all connect with me, man. Go and like my social media. Follow me, Real Talk with Mike Steele. Yeah, just be a part of the family, man. I appreciate you guys taking time out your busy schedule to connect with me. All the people that'll go back and listen to it and look at this video, I appreciate you guys. And you know how in every show, look, take time, look at yourself in the mirror and ask yourself, are you part of the problem or part of the solution? This is Real Talk with Mike Steele, signing out. Until next time, peace. There we have it. We out of here.
Mike Steele Radio. Number 1 talk radio show in the world. We see you, baby. We looking out for you. All glory be to God. Church boy in the building. Let's go. Mike Steele. Yeah. Mike Steele. Yeah.
We turned up when we lit. Mike Steele on the radio when that conversation be lit. We turned up when we lit. It's inspiration and motivation that top again we lit. We turned up when we lit. Mike still on the radio and that conversation be lit. We turned up and we lit. We turned up and we lit. Mike still on the radio and that conversation be lit. Yeah, Mike still the CEO. Show time, let's go. What's the 411? Hold up, we gon' give you that flow. Keisa Sharpe lit. Horace Coleman lit. Hot topic in politics and that conversation be lit. They gon' give you that real talk and that cup of tea and that real sauce. Mike still on the radio and that crew